2005 Volkswagen Jetta brake pad replacement. You're gonna make sure your emergency brake is off, so this will come off easy. You're gonna put a 15mm on this side to hold that in place, and then a 1/2 inch on this side. And you're gonna unscrew this bolt out of it. There's one at the bottom right here you're gonna do as well. Once you have this bolt pulled out and this bolt pulled out, this assembly piece right here, the caliper, will come out, and then you're gonna have 2 brake pads. To take the wheel off, you're gonna jack it up, make sure it's on the flat, strong piece of metal, and just put a piece of rubber in between your jack and this, and then you can fit your jack. What I usually do is set it on this area beside the bolt. It's very strong, and it gives you a good place to hold this and your jack, so you have both holding on at the same time. You're gonna use a 17mm. If you don't have an impact gun like I'm using, just use, you can use a 1/2 inch ratchet. It's a 17mm, and then you can take your extension off of your jack right here, put onto this, and it'll turn off easier. Just like that. Jack it up a little bit more so it's off the ground. I had about 10% of the weight on it, just to kind of show you guys what's going on. When you're ready to take it off, make sure you set your bolts in a good area so you know where they're at. Just drop the last one. Now put your wheel under the car if you don't trust your jack, or you can sit on it like I do. And then you're back to where I was on the other side. 1/2 inch out here, and you're gonna turn it. Since it's on the opposite side, you're gonna turn it this way. And then this one right here, set in here to lock it in place. And this one will go left. So I'm gonna take these 2 bolts off down here, and I'm gonna pull this off, and you guys can watch me put the new ones on. Make sure you have some grease with it, because it will make noise if you don't have your grease. Okay, so I got the caliper off. You can see how the bolt fits in through here and screws into that. I know that confuses a lot of people when they first start doing this, so not many videos on YouTube show you specifically on that part. Easiest way to get these out if they're very rusty, and you can see these are completely shot. I mean, completely dead. Practically have no brakes back here. Comes out just like that. You're gonna set it down. What I do is you set the one that came out here on this side, pull the back one off, sorry about the shaky camera, and then you pull out your new ones, make sure they fit, same size, and then you can check if they fit. If you just want to be careful, double check it. It fits right in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a screwdriver to clean up in this area, get all the dirt off of it. Clean in there, clean up here, and clean the opposite sides. And then I'm going to, on the new brake pads, I'm going to put some grease and, you know, put a lot on there. It stops it from squeaking. Put on the sides. You also want to put it down in here. I mean, you don't have to clean those things perfectly, as long as you put a lot of grease down in there. I know I'm making a mess, but I'm just getting trying to show you guys on camera. Just get that thing full of grease. Grease is your best friend, especially when you're taking these off. This car's from Florida, so it wasn't that difficult at all, but sometimes these things can be packed full of rust. So anyways, you're going to put your new one on. And this one back there. It's hard to get with one hand back in there. I'm gonna go ahead and put that one in, but it's very easy to do. You just kind of slide it into place, and then we're gonna compress this piston. This is what's called a ratcheting piston, and this is your whole caliper right here. So we have this tool that I'll video me using, and you can get the tool from any auto parts store. You can rent it for free. You just have to pay them for it and return it and get your money back. And you can see how it has notches in here, and you're gonna put one pulley piece here, and then you're gonna have something up against here to keep pressure, and you're gonna twist that thing clockwise until this piston goes far back enough to slide over these thicker calipers. Okay, so I got the back one in. I only took like a second. I was just trying to use both hands. So what you're going to do with this tool, this bracket's going to go up against here, and that's going to apply pressure so you can push in towards that. Put it through here like that, and then it's going to slide in here. You're going to have to screw it a bit. See if it fits now. Not yet. Okay, that's all the way. You're gonna gently just put it in there. See the teeth? They're sticking out. Try to make that focus for you. See how it kind of fits smooth in. And once that fits smooth in, then you're gonna loosen this. See this nut, how I'm putting it counterclockwise? That's gonna press this big plate against that caliper, and this is applying pressure against this bracket. So then this can be driven into there, and then we're gonna turn this lever. Make sure not to put any pressure on this. No pressures on this, it's just hanging from the emergency brake cable, so it's good to let it hang here. I'm going to hold it with my hand, and I'm going to turn this clockwise to tighten these threads. It's going to turn this and make this caliper go in, and this piece you have to tighten every once in a while. I forget what size wrench, but you can even use adjustable wrench and keep tightening this to keep this having pressure up against this, so you can get this thing down in there. And once you have it down a good way, you can lift this up and line this piece up to your cylinder in here, and see if your that one fell off, got bumped off. There we go. See if it's wide enough to slide over these two sides. Make sure these sides are lubricated, and make sure your joints are lubricated. It looks messy because I was doing it on camera earlier, but it really doesn't matter if it's messy or not. The grease will burn off really quick if it gets on here. So just make sure you grease it, and I'll go ahead and pull that back and slide it over. And I mean, at this point you're pretty much done. You just have to get this back in there, put it on, bolt it on, and then put your wheel on. So I think this will be the end of the video right here.